heirloom golders. It's scratchy, big changes. I've just had a major reset. So if anyone's been following along, I was working on a little gully, and then that worked into a confluence with a bigger gully creek system, and it was a bit patchy coming down, and I had some great days and some pretty mediocre days moving on to that main creek system where there was lots of mullocks and reasonable expectations. The bottom was pretty flat, and it was all just little pieces of just pretty fine gold, and just not accumulating for the time and effort put in. So there's going to be more gold there. There's heaps of gold in that area. I've opened it up. It's a place to go back to. I know that I can keep working it, and there's going to be some really rich patches in there, no doubt. But I've got to keep exploring, I've got to keep prospecting, I've got to work some things out. So I've moved about 1 kilometre, and I'm closer to my camp. And where I've moved to now is actually on areas that have been previously worked. So this has been surfaced here. There's some big areas of workings over in here where there was dams built. There might have been some sluicing. There's a major dam up that way, and there's a lot of activity around. But when I look around, it's just weird. The guy that was in here before many years ago apparently only ever really dug the creek system. He only wanted to dig the creeks apparently, so he dug the creeks, and he's obviously worked in this area. But there's a massive amount of area here that he just didn't work. Now, I don't know why. They've come in as far as here, and then this is all massive lead of old-timer workings in here. So who knows? The lease could have run out. He had multiple leases going on, tensions elsewhere, too much time at the pub. Who knows? But I'm making the move to come in and test some of this ground. Now you get an idea here. Look at the size of some of these pits. This is really heavily mullocked, heavily worked, and this runs for probably I would say 800 meters before it gets worked again, and then it's very rich up that way. I'm almost inclined to start up that way and come back, but because of the proximity of my camp and the relatively small trees in this end and the easy access into this end, I'm going to probably work the other way. Now, assuming it's good ground, this could take again a long time to work. Got to find a home that I'm happy to stay on that's consistent. And there's some bigger trees in here. We'll be able to work around those, but a lot of this stuff's relatively small to push the scrub out of the way, regrowth sort of stuff. So that'll make it a little bit easier, time spent clearing. And then I'm hoping that it isn't super deep, even though those mullocks are pretty, those shafts there look pretty decent. The way that I'm looking at the surface of the ground over here, I don't know whether, I can't necessarily see the bottom, but the way they've surfaced it, and there's also a really interesting sort of hard sedimentary stone, almost metamorphosized stone that's turned into a concrete, an alluvial concrete. That stuff is what this place is known for, and a lot of that gold I've been finding, I believe, is actually broken out. I think it was originally in the alluvial concrete, so it had already traveled millions and millions of years ago, formed into a concrete and broken back out again. It's clean, beautiful little nuggets. Over here, I think the ground is going to be different. I recognise it as schisty, and there's a lot more red clay, and I think the bottom is going to be different. And I have found that conglomerate, if I can find it, exposed a bit further up. So I'm hoping in coming over here, I will be able to work out some different things of this lease. And you need to basically prospect it in a way that you know how to focus your energy and to target properly and to maximize your resource use and all the rest of it. So that's what I'm doing. And oh, let you know how we go on this bit. All right, I'll get on with it and do a bit of clearing here, and hopefully score a nugget or two before it's dark. Good morning. It's pre-dawn. It's not uncommon for me to be up pre-dawn, well before pre-dawn, but I don't usually get down to the cut until a little bit later after doing some things. Well, I'm about to move down there because, goodness me, this could be what I have been looking for. This is going to be just, this is going to be some sort of day, I reckon. Oh my God. I dug 3 meters yesterday afternoon. I can take these bloody things off now, although I can see better with them. I dug to 3 meters on that spot, and I just went, it was late in the day, so I just dug a cut, and then it was sort of getting too much overburden, so I just dug one cut to the bottom, 1 bucket width wide, and on less than a square meter I picked up 20 nuggets off the bottom half an hour before dark. Once I open this cut up, I don't know what's going to happen, but that is just mad. It was that much spoil there. There was just nuggets everywhere. So this is what we've been waiting for. This is what I've been looking for. And it's phenomenal area. I mean, all these areas look good, but this is a different type of ground. It was a different type of slate. It's a more ancient slate, and it's where all the workings are. It's where the previous mine workings have been, and they haven't touched this area, but not the vast area they've left it. So looks like it's for me and the moo to get into. Well guys, the truth is I haven't had time to give any updates. Too busy pulling gold out of the ground. There's this one little, this is it. Yesterday I did a little cut there. I probably pulled out heaps already just on that one bit, but then I've opened up this little bit more, and I've been in here for 2 hours at least, and there's probably at least pulled 40 targets already. It's just everywhere. It's gold everywhere, and it's just ridiculous, and I can't see that it's going to stop because there's no, it's just across every part of the bottom in the slates. So it's just, it's, you know, I'm down 3, yeah, I'd say a good 3 meters. You know, it's a bit of topsoil to get out of here for each cut, but you know, you're not burning diesel very much when you're not down on it. I'm only taking 50mm scrapes as well, you know, not big scrapes, because there's just that much gold that you're just going to sweep it up. The smaller stuff, you might not quite hear it, and it ends up behind. I've already gone over the piles behind and found a few there. It's hard not to just, you know, knock a few off, but oh my God, this is just, and eventually there's going to be, they're all good gold. It's like, you know, it's not really tiny stuff. There's a bit of tiny stuff, but a lot of it's not bad. It's sort of a gram, 0.7s, 0.6s, 0.8, you know, it's just that, all that good sizing that adds up. But I know that somewhere along here that I'm just going to get a screaming, it's just a screamer. It's just going to be 5, 10, 15, 20 grammers in here. There's no doubt. So I think I found my home for a while, and when I get a good one sometime today, I'll come back and film that. It's taken me at least half an hour to finish each cut here. I forgot my little doovalaki to hold the phone, but have a crack at this. There's that much slate, it makes such much mess when you go into it. There's just targets everywhere, and you dig a target and it ends up being 2 or 3 targets in the spoil. So there's target there, target up there, target there, target there, target there, And that's target there. I mean, that's just in like not even 2 square meters. It's just mad. It's you know, when they say you're on the gold, yeah, there's nothing massive yet, but the bottle's filling up and it's hard work, but oh man, this is just one little piece of a massive area, and it's just mind-boggling how much gold's going to be in here. If this yields just about an ounce for this little bit here, it's going to be crazy. Well, I've been in this cut for like 6 hours. I'm absolutely buggered. I've got a bad shoulder and it's been going all right, but I probably pulled 100 nuggets, so like every one of those holes, crouch down for each one. Gets to you. Point out as I'm coming towards the end of this, I'm getting to finally where the bottom's quietening down, but it's going to continue. I mean, it's just off in the corners. There's just more happening in the wall, running off this way, but you can see here. So here's your sort of slates, and the gold's going down into the slate, and then it's getting to a harder rock, but it starts to go quiet at a certain point when it gets to, it's a little bit harder, but it's probably, could be 200 down or 300 down even into that slate, where there's gold still coming out. And I just wanted to show this because you can see over there the line of where that slate is at a certain level running that way, and here look, there's a jump up. See this? You see that line there, red, where I've made a chip out, and there's just targets all on there, and it's hard as anything. So there's targets going right down into it. So you can imagine, right, I've got a target there. Well, look at the distance from there to the top of that layer. We're talking that's 600 down into that stuff, and it's just, I've just pulled a good one out of here. More up on that face. Another one sitting right there on the top of that, where it joins that mud. And they're all grammars, but it's just mad the amount of nuggets that are in it, and yeah, getting them out, it's going to be, there's acres of this. Oh, I mean, it's great, it's exciting, but it's not all fun and games. Like, if people understood how actually hard it was, it's just ridiculous amount of effort to get it out. So I'm sure there's easier things to do to earn a quid. Maybe just dug it, put it through a sluice. Yeah, that's the way, but we can't have a wet plant here, so it's this version. So it's just gonna have to be slow and steady. Just get some hands. I might have a helper or two later this week, and that could take a bit of pressure off, but good problem to have. But it's just mad. And yeah, probably, I don't know, maybe, oh yeah, I would say, I don't know if there's an ounce, but I'd say there's 25 grams there. We'll go and check it out. I might do a little check in it at lunch. Oh, well, I'm saying that's the last scrape on this cut. Just have a quick look. Now, it just, to go the last half metre has taken me all that time, 6 hours probably. Just taking 50 mil each time, and then I spend 45 minutes in there. You can see a few things. There's that, look at the rise. Look at the rise on that slate. So it's rising that way. It's dropping, seems to be dropping off. Now, if you have a look up here, there doesn't really seem to be anything that on the top that indicates that, other than its general slope down the hill this way. It's very gentle because obviously it's coming from that direction this way. But that's a bit of a rise there. But the interesting thing was that the gold seems to be in it and up on top of it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward and also heading this way. And look at this line here. See this line here? That line there is a quartz seam. That's just a thin extrusion of quartz there. Now, when you look at that, I really wonder how that comes there, because you think that the type of strata there is a slate, which is sort of like this deposit. You think that it's a layered deposit, and the way it comes off, it flakes off, and there's gold in it and stuck between it. So you think it would have been deposited there. So how is there an extrusion, basically an extrusion of quartz through that? It's really perplexing how that happens. Now, a geologist might explain. I mean, you got this hydrothermal fluid activity when it's volcanic activity, and that gets injected, comes up through strata and whatever else. But it just doesn't seem like it's coming through. That's the sort of rock that it would come through, because it's this sort of mudstony slates. And yeah, so it's really interesting that there's lines of quartz coming through like that, because it's obviously been, unless it was sort of like that, a thin little line like that, and the slate and the mudstone is like deposited around it. But just trying to get your head around the eons of time and the ancientness of these processes. Like, it's just mind-boggling how this has come about, like how you pick up each piece of gold, and each one of those little bits of gold has gone on its own journey. And you think about it, 100 nuggets in your pocket, and every one of them come from somewhere and arrived at this point differently, and it started in a star somewhere billions of years ago. So it's just it's just, when you think about it out here, it's incredible stuff. Like the geology and the processes on Earth, it's just amazing. Anyway, enough of my rabble. Just thought I'd show you that. Well, that's it, folks. The milestone's been achieved. It's a lot of hard work there. My shoulder's really feeling it. But that's the Oz. That's the Oz for that hole, and it's still coming out. I haven't even finished that cut. I'm going to have to get the tooth bucket on and scratch away at it. It's incredible. That's 90 nuggets. 90 nuggets. So that's 90 bits of hard work. Anyway, we'll add it up. We'll keep adding it up. If we can get daily tallies of an ounce or two, it will be good. And there's going to be richer. There's going to be even richer, as in bigger nuggets. So there's going to be spots, I reckon, that are going to be as rich as that, and they're going to have bigger nuggets, 6, 7, 5s, 15s, 20s, and that'll add up. So, but we'll take this for now. I'm going to go and rub something on my shoulder. Well, it's late in the day now, and I'm still on the same cut. I went back and had some lunch, and I've broken away this rock hard layers of hair that I pointed out earlier, and it's just loaded. The whole face is just loaded. So I broke it away with the bucket, and then just spread it out here in the cart, and there's good nugget in there just hanging on the face, and I pulled out a 3 grammer just here, just whole bottom singing. I've broken it away and just spread it out with the bucket, and I'm just picking up little bits with the 6. I recruited the 6 just to see if this is where the 6 is good. I don't have to worry about mineralization and false targets and all the crap that it does. But it'll pull out targets. Look, just how many are there going to be in here? I won't be able to. There's more there. It's just all just broken out of that. More there. More there. Oh God, you can't even swing the coil. So I'll be in here for a while just cleaning up. So that's it. The day will be done. I don't think I'll be able to do it. I don't think. It's very efficient for diesel. Amazing. Awesome. Man, that stuff is hard. It's just really taking some effort, but it's holding gold all the way through it. A whole meter of that super hard stuff has got gold in it. Probably pulled 10 grams out of that one little bit on the corner. Well, I said that was it for this cut about 3 or 4 hours ago. It's properly it now. I'm shutting it down. You can see this bit here. I had it like that bit there. I had this really hard layer. And it was incredible, just full of gold. And so I just scratched it out with the tooth bucket, spread it all in there, and just kept picking it all up. And on this occasion I did recruit the 6,000 because there's no red soil in there, or it's just slate, and it's just so it's a clean, it works perfectly with the 6,000. As soon as there was red soil mixed in, just noise everywhere, noise the shit out of me. So, but yeah, when it's like this, perfect. So, but funnily enough, the smallest nuggets of the day that I found were all by the 7,000 earlier in the day. Tiny little stuff, probably subs, 0.09s and 0.08s and stuff like that. So, you know, that said, with the nugget finder, you can find really little stuff, I tell you. So look, this is it. I'm going to reset now. It's taken all day to get to here. And look at that cut. It's probably, it would be barely 3 meters at the back, so across there, and it would be barely 5 meters across there, maybe four, probably 5. So that area there, okay. And let's have a look. What did we yield? Oh. Give me a sec. Live TV, you know I'm good at live TV. Oh, look at that, bloody hell, bloody special bloody stuff. Oh, hey, there's that. That's a proper fistful. Look at that. That's going to be a daily record. That's going to be hard to beat for me on my own. No helping with a pick, no pick help or nothing. There'll be 100 and, I reckon it'll be 120 nuggets there. Fistful. I don't know exactly how much, but I know it's more than an ounce. Oh. Wow. $6,000-7,000 days. That's pretty good. But I'm just in it for record. I'm just in it to get to the next level. So it's like, okay, that's good. I don't know if I need to break my, you know, overall nugget tally of whatever that is anytime soon, but the weight total for sure and the size total for sure. And it's going to happen here. There's going to be a pocket here that's going to be just crazy. If it's like that, just here, I just drop my bucket on that first spot, and that's what it's done in 5 meters. Oh, can you imagine the rest of this? It's going to be mad. That is literally old timers all the way through to that thing you can see over there, that rise, and 800 meters that way. There's old timers all the way through here. And I don't even think the people that were here before that dug it properly. I can't see any evidence over here that they've dug that deep and pulled the slates up. I reckon they've just pushed up. To me, it looks like they just surfaced this area and pushed a big mound of crap up there like with a dozer. So this whole area behind here, where it looks like it's already been previously worked, I wouldn't be surprised if I can go down to those slates and pull out gold out of there. So it's just, there's years in here. I don't think this is going to be an anomaly. I don't think it's just going to be that spot. I really do think this time it's going to continue on. This was one of the renowned areas to be super rich for this whole region. There's hundreds or thousands of old timers in and around this area, back in the day. And clearly they only got a very small fraction, because there was mullocks all over the top of that. I can't even see pits. I can't see any pits hitting the bottom. Maybe one in there where I was. And if it did, it pulled up short of the slates. Like it pulled up above the slates, like as though they got to it. And I found, if I'm correct, I found silts down near the slates on one occasion. And then I had a signal and I found a good bit of gold, like 3 or 4 inches into the slate underneath the silt. So that was where the old timer stopped, and right under where he stopped, it was gold. So they just didn't clean the bottom. They just didn't hit it hard. So it's going to be full. Very happy, very, very happy. This is it. This is setting the tone for what's to come, and you get a pocket full like that 5, 6, 7 days a week. You can start to do things, set up properly. Anyway, Scratchy signing out on a big day. I hope you've enjoyed, and on the next cut, I don't know how I can top today, but we will.